Equity to me, I think, is probably totally different than a lot of other people. I think when I hear equity when it comes to being a creative is I'm thinking about how much I'm putting or creating when it comes to my brand. When you're creating art, you know, it's coming from you, it's an expression, it's what you believe in, it's what you own at the end of the day. So I think when it comes to that and you're creating something that's gonna live forever, it's beyond the dollar bill. You know, it's about what you're gonna create that's gonna last from time after you, after your kids, forever. I'm DJ Meechie. I work for Hot 93.7, WZMX in Hartford. I am a DJ, I am a producer, I am a creative at the end of the day. I started off as a musician when I was younger. I was playing different instruments. Turntables was just something that I picked up, and it was just another instrument that I taught myself how to play. After that, I started throwing parties, and I started to make money. So it became something that I was like, all right, I think I'm gonna stick to this instrument and actually figure something out. I don't know, I caught the bug. I caught the bug once I started DJing, once I started to really fall in love with the craft of it. And then I ended up just turning it into a career. I was in New York City. I snuck into a club and I remember there was like 3 DJs that was on stage. Their names are the Executioners. It was Rob Swift, Rock Raider, and Total Eclipse. And I remember being this young kid. Everybody's in there networking, talking, drinking, and I'm just this young kid like up at the front of the stage, like looking at like how are they doing all this stuff, because they was doing all types of tricks. And I think that was kind of one of those wake-up calls where I was like, I really want to do that. I try to just be ahead of the curve. So if I see something going on, I want to know about that. I want to know why they're doing it. I want to know, you know, what's the next steps. I'm always researching. I'm always on the computer. I'm always like seeing what's next. I'm not scared of change. To stay relevant, you got to pay attention. You got to know what's going on. So just doing my research. I think that's probably one of the biggest problems is a lot of people that don't want to change, they don't want to do more. If you're not being you, or you're not doing what you're supposed to do or what your brand is about, I think sometimes it can come off not being genuine. You should always lead by purpose. There should always be a reason why you do the things that you do. Whatever field you're in, I think that people are gonna know what's real and what's fake. I feel like you have to be in a place of truth within yourself to even be able to create the things that's even going to matter at the end of the day. When I was coming up, there wasn't a lot of people that helped me. There wasn't a lot of people that believed in what I was trying to do or believed in me. I think that people didn't understand what I was trying to do. So I think that my why is always like, you know, wanting to help out the next generation and wanting to be able to use my platform to open up opportunities and maybe jobs and stuff like that for other people. I always like to challenge myself. I think that competition inspires me. When I see, you know, other people doing their thing, I'm like, oh, I gotta get on my, you know what I'm saying? Like I gotta figure this out. When you know what you want to do or what you're on this earth to do, it's definitely an inspiration. There is so much positive in the struggle, like, you know, being in the mud, like going through it, you know. Especially being a creative, you always get into these phases in your life where you feel like, you know, maybe I shouldn't be doing this anymore, or maybe I should be trying something new, or maybe this really ain't me. And I think that all of those experiences are lessons at the end of the day, where they bring you to a place where you start to realize, you know, what are those truths or what are the reasons why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. But I think what allowed people to respect me was the fact that I didn't stop. I'm in clubs with the most raggediest equipment and all these DJs that I look up to looking at me like, bro, like you gotta get your stuff together, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I didn't stop though, I just kept going. But Meditation Meech, I guess, was just something that, I don't even know how I started it. It was just, it was like more of a joke. I was just hashtagging it and people were like, oh, I love all the stuff that you put up. I love all these quotes and sayings and all these things that you do. And I ended up turning it just into like some content where I would just go on my Instagram live and we would just talk about different topics and just ask people, you know, whatever y'all wanted to talk about, we're gonna talk about. And then that's basically what it turned into. I don't know why people wanna hear me talk, but it just is what it is.
Connecticut is ready.
Relevance.
Equity.
Access.
Diversity.
Inclusion.